My name is Ursula Harvell. I attend Ivy Tech, and I'm doing this YouTube video for an assignment about inventory. Ryobi Die Casting, I've been there 20 years. They make aluminum castings, and what they have to do is have raw materials. In order to get their raw materials, they have to go to purchasing, and purchasing uses a reorder point because the die casting is constant and runs 24/7. So the furnaces have to stay warm at certain temperatures at 2500 degrees continuously. So that means 24/7 that metal has to be molted. And for the quantity that they need, they receive information from the customer service representatives in the sales department. They get orders from the customer via EDI. They get MRP. That automatically gets put in the system to create an order. And then that information gets passed into the production control group. And then the production control group, they schedule the departments of die casting and finish. And then the customer service representatives schedule the shipping for what we need to fulfill the customer's orders. So once that all takes place, then the raw inventory, which we call SALs, is molten metal. And it consists of 5 to 6 components such as silicone, copper, nickel, and aluminum SALs. And all that goes into the melt shop. The melt shop mixes the ingredients as needed and tests it when needed. And once they get all that ingredients melted at a certain temperature, 2800 degrees, then they take it over to die cast. Die cast then will create WIP, work in process. They actually create the castings. So once the molten metal is poured into a actual well of the machine pumps that metal through and in a die, creates the casting, cools it off with water, and produces it. And a robot will take and break the excess metal off, and then it'll go down to an inspector, and it will go on a pallet. Once a pallet is complete, the die cast operator will create a WIP tag that is RFID scannable, and place it on the pallet. Then the pallet is moved to a WIP location, and in our system of Epicor, it will say that it's at that location. When Finish Shop is ready to run, they will actually take the WIP pallet and they will consume it in the system, and they will run it into a finished goods. Once that has happened, once the container is full, then the unit will get a finished goods tag, and it will state what plant it is in. Once that happens, and they have enough to fill a trailer, then that trailer gets moved to the warehouse, and kind of is the ace in the hole that brings us our money. So as long as we have good castings at the warehouse ready to ship, once those go out, it creates the sales event that we need. And since the castings are at our order point through production control, once the castings are shipped, it shows that they were shipped out and that those need to be replenished. And since it's the same castings over and over, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, we ship, and then those castings get replenished so we can keep that constant order going. We do have cycle counts. We do have physical inventories. A lot of items are manually entered, which can create error. If a tag is wrong, a part number is not wrong, a product isn't wrong, a quantity is wrong, all of those have to be fixed, and all of those have to be adjusted via either the IT department or our inventory control specialist to keep accurate. The cycle counts are done once a week per one product, unless something is really wrong, and then they will go ahead and do it. Physical inventories are twice a month, but this is the same set out for all 3 plants that we have, is purchasing, getting them, creating them, finishing them, sending them to the warehouse, and then the warehouse gets orders and ships them out, and that's just a continuous cycle. Advantages of this is there's no side steps, no bar steps, nothing outside can come in unless the machine breaks down or something to lower the inventory. And the level of accuracy is 97% currently, which is pretty good. So overall, this is the process. Thank you.